Okay, gravitational potential, which is defined as the amount of work done. Okay, definition in the previous video I have given. Gravitational potential, which is defined as the amount of work done in bringing a unit mass from infinity to a point in the gravitational field. Okay, amount of work done in bringing a unit mass. Unit mass means its magnitude is unity. In bringing a unit mass from infinity to a point in the gravitational field. So this amount of work done, we call it as gravitational potential. So it is work done per unit mass, scalar quantity, unit will be joule per kg. Okay, dimension will be L to T raised to the power minus 2. Okay, in the previous topic we have done this. Okay, now we'll find the expression of gravitational potential for a body of mass capital M. Okay, now there is a body of mass capital M and a unit mass. Unit mass means its magnitude is unity. In whichever units it is taken, SI unit it will be 1 kg, CGS unit it will be 1 gram. Okay, so a unit mass, let it is placed at a distance x from it. Okay, so we are finding out the gravitational potential for this body having a mass capital M and a unit mass is placed at x distance. So we know that there will be some force of gravitation between these two. The force of gravitation between these two is G, mass of this body, capital M, into this small m, which is unit mass. Unit mass means its magnitude is 1. Separated by x distance, so upon x square. So the gravitational force between capital M and this unit mass separated by x distance is given by this formula. Okay, now this unit mass, let it is moved to a small distance dx. It is moved to a small distance dx. A small amount of work will be done. The small amount of work done, dw will be equal to f into dx. The small amount of work done in bringing this unit mass towards this capital M to a small distance dx, small amount of work done f into dx. Substitute this f is capital Gm upon x square into dx. This is the small amount of the work done. Now according to the definition, the total amount of work done in bringing it from infinity to a point in the gravitational field. Okay, so it will be brought from infinity to a point. Let it is brought to a point P, which is at r distance from here. Okay, so from infinity to a point P it is brought, and this point P is at r distance. So according to the definition, the total amount of work done, the total work done in bringing from infinity to a point P which is at r distance, so to infinity to r. Okay, how do we find out the total work done? By integrate dw, you get w is equal to integration of Gm upon x square into dx. Now what will be the limits of the integration? Brought from infinity to a point P which is at r distance. So the limits will be infinity to r. Okay, now integrated. This work done is equal to Gm outside. Integration of 1 upon x square. 1 upon x square is x raised to the power minus 2 dx infinity to r. Hurry up, integrate it and find out the amount of work done. This work done upon unit mass. That mass is 1 only. So this work done we'll call it as the gravitational potential, which is represented by V. Integrate it and put the limits infinity to r. Simplify it. upper limit minus the lower limit. Okay, x raised to the power n dx is x raised to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So here x raised to the power minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1 upon minus 1. In the limits infinity to r. Take this minus 1 outside. So minus gm x raised to the power minus 1 can be written as 1 upon x in the limits infinity to r. So this is equal to minus gm 1 upon r minus 1 by infinity. 1 upon infinity is 0. So what remains? Minus gm upon r. This work done upon unit mass, that is 1, is called as gravitational potential. Hence the gravitational potential is given by minus gm upon r. Okay, work done upon unit mass, work done upon 1 is equal to the potential. So the gravitational potential is given by minus gm upon r. Okay, so this is the expression of gravitational potential for any body of mass capital M. Now if that mass capital M is the earth, okay, we have considered any mass of capital M. Now if that body is earth, then it will be minus gm upon what will be our distance? Radius of the earth. Okay, first note it down. Simplify it and find the expression for the gravitational potential, which is given by minus gm upon r. Okay, note it down. How do we find out? Gravitational force between capital M and unit mass. Now move to a small distance dx, small work done, total work done. This is the formula. So integrated x raised to power minus 2 is x raised to power minus 1 upon minus 1 minus 1. We have taken outside minus 0 upon 1 by s. Limit sought from infinity to r. Upper limit 1 upon r minus 1 by infinity. 1 by infinity is 0. So what remains? 1 upon r. So minus gm upon r is the work done. This work done upon unit mass. That mass is 1. So it is minus gm upon r is the gravitational potential. Okay, write down. For earth, okay, that is if this body is earth, the expression of the gravitational potential will be given by minus gm upon capital R. Okay, R is what? Radius of the earth. And L here is what? Mass of the earth. Okay, radius of earth and L is the mass of the earth. Okay, so if the body is the earth, then capital L will be mass of the earth, small r will be the radius of the earth. Okay, now we will discuss gravitational potential energy. Gravitational potential energy. Okay, this was gravitational potential. Now gravitational potential energy. Okay, we'll find out the gravitational potential energy between capital M and small m. Any two bodies attract each other. They will have some potential energy due to the distance between them. Okay, due to the position of these two objects, there will be some potential energy, and such a potential energy due to the gravitational force, we call it as the gravitational potential energy. Okay, now how we define it? First write its definition. Write down. It is defined as the amount of work done, in bringing a finite mass in bringing a finite mass from infinity to a point in the gravitational field. From infinity to a point in the gravitational field. Okay, without any acceleration. Okay, complete the sentence by writing without any acceleration. Okay, so gravitational potential energy, we define it as the amount of work done in bringing a finite mass. Okay, like in potential we define unit mass has to be brought from infinity to a point P. Now here a finite mass has to be brought from infinity to a point P in the gravitational field. Then the amount of work done will call it as the gravitational potential energy. Okay. So the figure capital M. Okay, now here the mass is small m. It is not a unit mass. When we define gravitational potential, then this is unit mass. N is equal to 1. Okay, now it is a finite mass separated by h distance, brought to a small distance dx. Some small amount of work will be done. This amount of work done will call it as the gravitational potential energy. So find the expression of the gravitational potential energy the same way as we have done for the gravitational potential. Only the difference is there the this mass was unity. Now a finite mass, m mass is there, small m. Find the gravitational force, small amount of work done, total amount of work done in bringing from infinity to a point P. Let this point P is at r distance. Exactly in the same line. Only the difference is there a unit mass was brought. Now here a finite mass is brought. So what is the gravitational force between the two? G m upon x square. Okay, now this mass is not unity, a finite mass, small m. Small amount of work done, f into dx. Okay, this finite mass is moved to a small distance dx. So the small amount of work done, f into dx. Substitute this f, g m upon x square into dx. Now the total amount of work done, according to the definition what it is, the total amount of work done in bringing from infinity to a point P which is at r distance, that is infinity to r. So the total work done, in bringing from infinity to r. Okay, from infinity to a point in the gravitational field, let that point is P which is at r distance. So the total amount of work done, integrate both sides, dw integration is w, integration of g m upon x square into dx in the limits infinity to r. I have proceeded. G m outside the integration sign, integration of x raised to the power minus 2, which we know is x raised to the power minus 1 upon minus 1. Okay, and then put the limits infinity to r. Okay, so the work done is g m, integration of it is minus 1 upon x in the limits infinity to r, exactly in the same way, x raised to the power minus 1 upon minus 1. Okay, take this minus sign outside, minus gmm upon 1 by s. So minus gmm upon 1 upon r minus 1 by infinity. Anything divided by infinity is 0, so 1 by infinity is 0. So it is equal to minus gmm upon r. This work done is stored in the form of potential energy, and this potential energy we call it as the gravitational potential energy. Hence, the gravitational potential energy. Okay, generally we represent it by capital U. Gravitational potential V. Okay, so gravitational potential energy is the amount of work done on the which is equal to minus Gmn upon R. This is the expression for the gravitational potential energy. Hurry up, note it down, then we'll discuss this result. Okay, exactly in the same manner we have done as we have derived the expression for the gravitational potential. Okay, only the thing there a unit mass has to be worked. Okay, and then the gravitational potential is work done upon unit mass. Now here gravitational potential energy is a finite mass has to be brought from infinity to a point P which is at r distance. Then the work done we call it as gravitational potential energy, which is equal to minus Gmm upon R. Okay, as it is potential energy, its unit will be joule. SI unit is joule. Okay, note it down. Okay, now write down discussion of the result. Now let's discuss this result. Discussion of the result. Okay, discussion. Okay, first point. We are getting the gravitational potential energy to be negative. Okay, what does negative potential energy mean? The negative potential energy means that the forces attractive, the gravitational forces attractive. So write the first point. Write the first point. Gravitational potential energy is negative. Gravitational potential energy is negative, which means that the gravitational force is attractive. Which means that the gravitational force is attractive. Okay, so we are getting the potential energy to be negative. So the gravitational force is an attractive force. Okay, so it means this body is bound to the capital N. The force is attractive. Okay, second point. If the body is moved from R1 to R2 distance. Okay, now here it was moved from infinity to R. Okay, if it is moved from R1 to R2, then what will be the gravitational potential energy? Okay, then the gravitational potential energy, the limits will be R1 to R2. The limits will be R1 to R2. Okay, 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1. Take this minus sign inside. So what do you get? 1 upon R1 minus 1 by R2. This work done will be the gravitational potential energy. So hence, then the gravitational potential energy will be given by Gmm 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2. Okay, if it is moved from R1 to R2 distance, both the points are lying in the gravitational field. From a point P to Q, let us suppose P point is at R1 distance, Q point is at R2 distance. So it is moved from R1 to R2, then this will be the gravitational potential energy. Okay, then it will be given by 1 upon R1 minus 1 by R2. Okay, now a body is lifted from the surface of the earth to a height h. In the chapter Work, Energy and Power, we have studied that if a body is lifted from the surface of the earth to a height h, then the gravitational potential energy is given by mgh. Everyone knows that expression. Okay, so what should we get? mgh. Mass of the body into acceleration due to gravity into height h. Okay, now if the body is lifted from surface of the earth, surface of the earth to height h. Okay, that is what is R1 equal to? R1 is equal to, what will be the distance between the two bodies? Radius of the earth. And what will be R2 equal to? R2 will be equal to, okay, what will be the distance? It is at height h. So between the center of the earth to that center of the body, it will be R plus h. So GMM, R1 here is capital R, radius of the earth, to R plus h. Then the gravitational potential energy will be given by, okay, let's continue here. U is equal to GMM upon 1 upon R minus 1 upon R plus h. Okay, again binomial expansion. Okay, and then we will neglect the bigger terms, larger terms, and will retain only the first two terms. So first we have to break it in that form. So we are omitting it. And what will you get? On simplifying it, you will get mgh. This g will be equal to gm upon r square. Okay, or you can write like this. You get it to be m gm upon r square into h, which can be written as mgh. So the same expression you will get it which we have studied in work, energy and power. If the body is lifted from the surface of the earth to height h, this is the expression. The other steps here we are omitting. No need to do it. You will get this expression. Okay, again binomial expansion, and we have to first divide it by 1 by r from both the sides and then, okay, so leave it. So it will be equal to mgh. The same expression you will get it. Okay, so which expression is more accurate? This mgh or this expression? This is the more accurate expression. From here we have derived this expression by some approximation, because in the binomial theorem we will neglect the higher terms. So approximate result is mgh. The actual expression is this one. GMM upon, this is more accurate, 1 upon r, this is the actual expression. By some approximation we get this expression mgh. Okay, so here we have discussed the result. Okay, one more topic, we can finish it. Escape velocity. Let's complete this topic also. Escape velocity. Okay, note it down. Here, discuss the result that potential energy is negative, so the gravitational force is attracted R1 to R2. Then we found out the expression. Now, if R1 is the radius of the earth, R2 is R plus h, then this is the expression. Okay, now write down escape velocity. Okay, name itself is suggesting that the body escapes. Okay, if the body is thrown with a particular velocity such that it escapes from the Earth's gravitational field. Once it escapes means it will never come back to the Earth. Okay, so once it is thrown with this velocity, it will never come back to the surface of the Earth. Such a velocity by which it escapes the Earth's gravitational field. This velocity we call it as the escape velocity. So write down the velocity with which an object thrown from the surface of the earth, which never returns back, that is escape from the Earth's gravitational field. Is called as escape velocity. So what it is? Okay, it is the velocity with which any object is thrown such that it escapes from the Earth's gravitational field. Okay, that is, it will never return back to the surface of the Earth. Such a velocity we call it as the escape velocity. Now let's find out its expression. Okay, let this is the Earth of radius capital R. Okay, and an object of mass m has to be thrown such that it escapes from the Earth's gravitational field. Okay, so the center of these two objects is x. Earth mass is capital M, radius is r. An object of mass small m has to be thrown from the Earth's surface such that it escapes from the Earth's gravitational field, so it will never return back to the Earth's surface. This velocity we call it as the escape velocity. Okay, now it is at x distance. Small work done in moving through the small distance. Small work done in moving through the small distances. F into dx, and what is the gravitational force between Earth and mass m? It is Gm upon x square into dx. Okay, now the total work done. What will be the limits? Total work done in throwing from the surface of the Earth. When it is on the surface of the Earth, what is the distance between the two bodies? Radius of the Earth. To a point such that it escapes means the distance is infinity. So total work done in moving from the radius of the Earth, that is the object is on surface of the Earth, to infinity, r to infinity. This will be the total amount of the work done. So integrated Gmm outside, the integration of 1 upon x square is minus 1 upon x in the limits. Okay, the limits were r to infinity. Okay, so we have already done so many. So I have omitted 2-3 steps in between which you can write down. Okay, substitute it over here, integrate it. Put the integration sign and write the limits r to infinity. Take this minus sign outside. So minus Gmm upon 1 by x. Now put the limits 1 upon infinity minus 1 by r. Okay. So work done is equal to minus Gmm 1 upon infinity minus 1 by r. 1 by infinity is 0. Minus into minus it becomes plus. So the work done is equal to, hence the work done is equal to Gmm upon r. Okay, this is the work done. Now this work done is done at the cost of kinetic energy. When the body is thrown, some kinetic energy is imparted to the body. So this work done is at the expense of the kinetic energy. Why? Because the kinetic energy is given, then only this work is done. Okay? So write down this work done is at the expense of kinetic energy. Is at the expense of kinetic energy. That is, this work done is equal to kinetic energy. This work done will be equal to kinetic energy. Okay, kinetic energy we know is equal to half mv square. Okay, or write it like this: kinetic energy is equal to work done. Kinetic energy is half mv square. Now, which velocity is this? This is the escape velocity. So, put a subscript E over here. Ve is the escape velocity is equal to this work done Gmm upon capital R. Mass of the body cancels out, and hence the escape velocity will be given by under root 2Gm upon R. Is the expression of escape velocity. Under root 2Gm upon R is the expression for the escape velocity, which we can also find out in terms of small g. Okay, hence we found the expression of the escape velocity to be under root 2 Gm upon r, and we know that capital G is equal to, we have derived the expression small g is equal to Gm upon r square. So capital G is equal to G small g into r square upon capital L. So you can also substitute this capital G as G into R square. Okay, G into R square upon M into M. M and M cancels out, and there is one R over here. This also cancels out. So what do you get? Under root 2GR. Okay, I am writing the direct expression, which will then be under root 2GR. So the escape velocity is given by this expression. Okay, from the Earth, we'll calculate the value tomorrow. Okay, so note it down. Note down, and then we'll continue tomorrow. We'll find what will be its value on substituting the values for what will be its value from the Earth. Okay, it comes out to be 11.2 km per second. We'll calculate it tomorrow.